okay, WebAssigners, I'm going to assume that you have your classes, right, which I created for you, and that you can get into this class view, right? This is, generally the main view of the of your course, and you have 3 tabs here. You have the assignments, personal study plan, which generally you're probably not going to use, and then resources. Just FYI, resources, if you click on this, this is where you can see all the videos, for each, section, and you can make those available to the students. And you also have PowerPoints, right, for all the sections in zip form, so you can actually save that to your desktop, and if you want to take a look at those PowerPoints and use some of them and edit some of them if you want, you have that option there. All right, but these are all included in the in WebAssign. Okay, but the place you're going to spend most of your time is in the assignment view, right? And you can see that all the assignments are listed for the future. All right, so if I click on future assignments here, I now have a list of all 24, right? There's the intro homework, which is homework 0, and then I have 23 additional assignments, because remember, I only have 1 for probability and statistics, even though that's over 2 days. Okay, so if you just see them all listed here. If you click schedule, what it'll do is it'll take you to the class schedule, right? And this is the thing that's created a lot of headaches and resentment over WebAssign, this scheduler, which apparently they're changing this semester, so it should become easier. Now you can see that I have my homework 0 due week 2, and I have my homework 1.3, 1.4, and 1.5 due week 3, but the rest of them, as yours are all set to be due at the end of the semester, right? So if you want to move them to be due, a class after you cover that material, or 2 classes after you cover that material, you have 2 options. You can either drag and drop them. You can click on these 6 dots here and drag them over to the appropriate week in which you want them due. And I would want this one due, let's say, on Tuesday, which is when my class meets, at the end of the day. That's something that I like to do. I started this last semester. I like to have the assignments due the end of the day, so then they can use that class period to ask questions on it, and then they still have time to go home and fix any errors that they had. I used to have them do at the beginning of the class, but then I wasn't giving the students a chance to ask questions on it. So this way I figure they can ask questions, we can go over some, and then they still have the remainder of the day to finish the assignment. Okay, so I have them due at the end of the day on that next class, right? And you can see I did the same thing for 1.3, 1.4, and 1.5. Those are all due the following Tuesday at the end of the day. Okay. Now, the alternative to the dragging and the dropping is just to use this little drop-down menu over here on the right, this blue drop-down menu. So if I want to move assignment homework 2.3 part 1 to week 4, right? Because I had 1.1, 1.2 due week 2, and then the next 2 would do week 3, so this one would be due week 4. And I want to have it due, and this is the other option, you can have it due relative to a class meeting. So let's say I wanted this one due right at the start of the class. I could just leave this alone and say, all right, I want this one due 0 minutes before the class starts, because that would be, at the start of the class. And then if I click schedule, you'll see that it's now due on Tuesday at 9 a.m. because my class is in Long Branch. It runs from 9 to 10:45, so that's the start of the class. If I wrote 0 minutes before the class ends, it would be at 10:45, right? It would automatically put that time in there. So you can either schedule it relative to the class meeting or just at a specific time and day. Okay, and then I would do the same thing for the other assignments. So the one after 2.4 comes before 2.3 part 1. So this one would also be rescheduled to that week, and I would want this one due, let's say, the same time. Right? So 2.4 and 2.3 part 1 are both going to be due on Tuesday, February 10th. So that's the scheduling. And again, I know what the issue is, and I know what the issue that everyone complains about, including myself, that you have to do them one at a time. But according to one of the WebAssign bigwigs, this is being addressed this semester. So sometime during the semester, there's going to be a scheduling update that should hopefully make everything easier. Okay? So I'll make another video with the grade book if you want to use the grade book. All right?